What's good? Welcome back for part three of my Think and Grow Rich. My Think and Grow Rich self evaluation questions. Right now we're in question 12, and there's only been three videos, so really just gonna push ahead with this one. Are you gaining or losing self confidence as you grow older? This is question number 12. I'm definitely gaining a lot more confidence as I get older. I felt like when I was younger, people called me arrogant very often, and I didn't really understand why, and I would get very offended by it. But then I realized that not everyone has a great deal of self confidence because they don't really get where self confidence comes from. Confidence comes from accomplishing things. And once you get really good at accomplishing things, or you find something that you're really good at, you don't have any reason to feel bad about it. Um, I guess trying certain things, getting out of my comfort zone, I could lose confidence on. Like I won't feel that great about. It's my master class in confidence right now. But eventually, I'm gonna start doing that thing, and I'm gonna start doing that thing better than people that have been doing it for years. And I may not do it better than the best person that's ever done it before, but that's not really your goal. You want to do it better than people that are just very jaded to it. So I definitely feel like I'm gaining confidence as I get older, and I don't think that's gonna stop anytime soon. I feel like people are gonna get more and more angry the more and more confident that I get because their self esteem is gonna get lower and lower and lower, and I'm just never gonna feel bad about being who I am. 13, do you learn something of value from all mistakes? Absolutely, yes. No matter what. Even if it's someone else's mistake, I will still take fault for it because I know the other person doesn't have the internal fortitude to do so, and I would still learn something from that person's mistake. I learn something from all mistakes. I do not have to live life just constantly failing and failing and failing and failing. I can learn from my mistakes very quickly. I can learn from other people's mistakes very quickly. Sometimes I can be a little bit resistant when someone is telling me my mistakes, for sure. Maybe that's the arrogance or the pride, but I still listen. I say that quite often. Even if someone's screaming at me, like yelling, just so angry, screaming at me, I'm still going to listen to them and figure out what I could have done to improve. So I don't block myself from growing at all. 14. Are you permitting some acquaintance or relative to worry you? If so, why? Yes and no. Um, I have a niece and nephew that I very much care about. Um, my sister is very in her own ways, but I don't let it dominate my mind. I guess what I do with that, if something bothers me, either I have to pray on it, I have to take a nap, or I'll actively do something. And if it's really bothering me that much, I will actively do something to lay my fears to rest, to know that I at least did what I could for the situation. It may not get solved overnight, it may not get solved at all. But I feel like as soon as I do that and I put myself out there to fix it, or at least let people know, like, hey, I'm here for the solution, I feel better. I feel a lot better. I feel like the only way you would feel bad about something like that is if you worry too much about what the person thinks for you, or if you're not for the solution and you're one of those people that just want to keep talking about the problem and talking about the problem and talking about the problem. And I don't like talking about problems. I don't like talking about issues. I like focusing on solutions. People get angry at me for that. That I really just don't want to sit around having a discussion about how bad someone feels or what happened and what went wrong. I want to, as quickly as possible and as soon as possible, get to the point of, okay, what can we do to fix it? 15. Are you sometimes excited about life and other times in the depths of despondency? Yeah. Sometimes I'm like super high energy, and because I didn't catch the swing when I was younger. When I was younger, for sure, it would feel like a day by day thing almost, or even within the same day. And it's like as if like demonic possession or something, or like some demonic activity that like I'll wake up super excited, super joyful about life, or I'll go to sleep super excited, super joyful about life, and then I'll wake up and then me and my girlfriend have a fight or something, or I'll go through a little bit of my day and then something comes up that can completely derail me, or something comes up on social media that can completely derail me. Now I'm a lot more consistent. I know myself a lot more. I know what regular me is at. So now I don't try to do anything where I come in too high or come in too low. That was a very big thing for me personally. Was that I don't want to try. Cause I used to wrestle. So you prep yourself up for a wrestling match. You get yourself so warmed up and so excited, and then you have to wait for everyone else to wrestle before you can really get going. So by the time you're ready to get going, you're exhausted. Now I interview people as well, so it's like you get way too excited about an interview, way too excited about talking to somebody. You overhype it in your mind, and then when it goes to talk, you get stage fright or something. Now I just try to come in at level. I don't try to come in too high. I don't try to come in too low. I don't try to be overly excited about the world. I just kind of accept things for what they are. So if something goes wrong, I can accept the fact that things might go wrong. If something goes astoundingly right, I'm always in a position to celebrate it. I don't really allow myself to be bipolar in that type of way. 16. Who has the most inspiring influence upon you and for what reason? Wow. Oh, fuck, that's a really hard question. Because I don't, it's not a hard question because the answer is nobody, by the way. You know, it's a hard question because a lot of people came to mind. I would say probably the most inspiring influence for me, and people are not gonna like this, is definitely Donald Trump. I've read a lot of Trump's books. I've read a lot of his books with Robert Kiyosaki, and even just him as president. It just gives me this kind of perspective as a black man that my life is totally within my own hands. Like, oh my god. Just peep this for a second. I think this might take up the whole video. Donald Trump as president, even before he was in office, like going that process of going into him coming into office, I was actually homeless. So I was homeless, and God just kept giving me this message and giving me this message like Donald Trump's going to become president, and that can't stop you from doing my work. Like that can't stop you from your life progress. So I feel like with Donald Trump as president, it's made my self determined as a black man that much higher. It's made my will for entrepreneurship that much stronger. And it's just made me see that if this guy can do it, anybody can do it. You know, he came into success mostly through real estate, and hearing him talk about the deals that he makes, and hearing him talk about the amount of patience that a lot of things have took. You know, it's not like he's not like Michael Jordan for somebody, or how Kobe Bryant, rest in peace to Kobe Bryant, was for a lot of people. It's kind of like, I have to explain it like this. So in my book, Cost of Hope, Cost of War and Youth, and Cost of Liberty, but Cost of War and Cost of Liberty aren't completely written yet. But the character Morgan Samara, Morgan Ellis, has this like antagonist, Colin Gregor, Colin Maurice Gregor. Colin has made the main character's life a living hell forever. But there's just so much for Colin to teach this kid that he has to swallow, grin, and bear it as he's learning from Colin. And within it, he sees the great evil that Colin represents. He sees that Colin is indeed evil incarnate. Like Colin Gregor is the actual devil. But with that, there was something there that he was attempting to do at one point in time that was for the greater good. There was one point in time when this person was an angel. This person was attempting to do the right thing, and they just quit. So I just learned from that, from him being in office and making the character Colin Gregor. Ironically, I made the character Colin Gregor long before Donald Trump was running for office, so he was not the inspiration for that. But I think now, since the book isn't fully made yet, he has become sort of that inspiration. So I feel like I'm learning from him. I'm learning about entrepreneurship. I'm learning about finance. I'm learning about a lot of the things that Donald Trump has used to gain success in this world. But within the forefront of my mind, within the middle of my mind, within the back of my mind, I know that this person isn't ally. I know that this person isn't my friend. I know that this person doesn't have my best interest at heart. And I knew that the more that I see him, the more I have to take responsibility for myself. I can't leave my life in Donald Trump's hands. And that's why he's so inspiring to me, is that I've never had someone inspire so much self initiative within me, inspire me to better myself so much by me wanting to resist them, by me wanting to push away, by me wanting to just gain my life without their help, you know? So I don't think that's going to make sense to a lot of people, but it makes sense to me, and that's all that really needs to, that's all that matters, you know? 17. Do you tolerate negative influence you could avoid? No, I do not. I don't tolerate any bull. I will shut down a conversation so fast and let someone get so much more angry at me from walking away from the conversation because I don't want to gossip. I don't want to hear about how you don't like this person. I don't want to hear about how you don't like. I really just don't have any time for negativity. I don't have any time for evil. I don't have any time for none of it at all. Period. Not at all. Even within myself, because I spent too much. I spent too many years in that. If you would have caught me when I was younger and I didn't know any better, and I didn't know that it was negativity, I didn't know that it was a negative manifestation, I didn't know that people were killing my dreams, then yeah, when I was younger, when I was like 16 or 17, now I'm just so hypersensitive to it that when someone starts to even talk negative about themselves, I shut it down or else we can't be around each other. 18. Are you careless with your personal appearance? If so, when and why? Yes, I am. Because I don't find it that important. Other people find it of utmost importance. I don't find people's physical appearance, physical presence that fucking important. I just don't. I just don't allow myself to. I've been homeless before, and I've been in a situation in which, you know, I didn't have the best clothes to wear. I didn't have any clothes to wear. You know, so I just had to walk around within a tank top and shorts every day and then wash that tank top and shorts every other day because luckily the person that was letting me stay with them had indoor washer and dryer. You know, those things are amazing. I've been stuck in places without many clothes whatsoever, and I've just had to go by being who I am, being the person that I am, despite how I dress. Which is ironic because it comes after a long time of me taking somewhat of concern with my appearance. But I think I started very early on in life not having a huge concern about physical appearance or how I dress or how other people care to take me in. Because I noticed when I was homeless, people treat you completely differently based on what you're wearing, based on how much money they think that you make, and especially based on your skin color. So, I guess like in a way to kind of avoid having to deal with people that's superficial, I stopped taking care of my appearance to figure out who are the people going to be who value me for who I am, and I definitely found those people. But it also closed a lot of doors because I just didn't keep up with. It's very important to take care of your physical appearance. You know, it's COVID-19. I get a haircut and a shave for my family, though. I didn't do it for myself, I did it for my family. I did it for the people that have to see me every day. And I think it's more of that kind of thing now. I don't really care about my physical appearance. I don't care about anyone's physical appearance because I'm the type of person that I'm going to sort out who you are as a person based off of who you are as a person. I don't care how you look. So I'm going to answer one more and then I'm going to shut it down for a little bit. Have you learned to avoid your problems by being too busy to be annoyed by them? I feel like sometimes, yeah, I feel like sometimes I create busy work for myself to feel as if I'm like obtaining something or moving forward in something. Like I'll work on a book or something, but the books really don't make a lot of money. I feel like my overall goal right now should be making as much money as I possibly can, despite no matter what anyone thinks. I don't really care. But I feel like I avoid making as much money as I can by constantly researching about how the American system is broken, by occupying my time with things that don't make me any money, and by focusing so much on other things that it definitely does stop me from really taking into account how much more I could do if I was rich, how much more I could do if I had millions and billions and trillions of dollars than just having what I can make right now. Because once again, like, I'm not coming from a background in which money was my top priority and top focus. But now it definitely is. Like, it definitely is right now my top focus. It definitely is something that's very important to me, despite what people think about the economy, despite what people think about Donald Trump, despite what people think about America or capitalism or anything like that. You know, I'm trying to be a capitalist. I'm trying to be an entrepreneur. I'm trying to be a business owner. I'm trying to be rich. I'm trying to get famous. I'm trying to do this thing. You know, I'm just trying to do it right now. I don't know how it's going to come out. I don't know what it's going to be like, but I'm just trying to do it right now. So I definitely do. I definitely avoid my problems, and I definitely give myself a lot of busy work. I definitely give myself a lot of martyr tasks and things like obscene things to do to make myself feel busy or make myself feel accomplished or make myself feel successful. But I'm really not getting the results that I want. I can 100% admit that. And I have to focus on the physical, tangible, physical change results rather than making myself emotionally or mentally, like just the psychological results of feeling good and feeling accomplished within myself. I definitely need to grind harder, work harder to make ends meet and to make more than ends meet. So I would say I definitely avoid my problems sometimes to be busy then just be so sick and tired of being sick and tired to really do something about it. For sure I do. So I'm just gonna let this one go for now and pick it back up. Thank you for watching.